Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Philadelphia Eagles. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10. On 1st down, Garoppolo. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 27, and his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Brandon, when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach and talked about how they wanted to begin this game offensively, they talked about their script, didn't they? 10 to 15 plays, the first 10 to 15 they had on their script. Nowhere on the script was there throwing an interception, I have to believe.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen.
This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Alshon Jeffrey from 3 yards out. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. Elliott now to kick this one away. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback. You got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. Throw left side complete. That's Bell. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Now it's the fullback. This is Kyle Juszczyk. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. Goes underneath for Bell. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make this a second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll pitch it out to Bell. Flashy little move, but unable to reach the 40. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
But that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
Garoppolo looking to throw on 3rd and 2. This is Bell on the dump off. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Garoppolo on first down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Garoppolo. He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, 36 yards. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
A handoff to start out the drive. It's Pumphrey. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Come on now, Owen. Come on now. Let's go. Black, come on.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. And he fires one that's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
20, 13.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Brandon Graham in there to get him for a loss of 5. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 2nd quarter now. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you. It's the 49ers in control of the... And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
13. White. 11.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And, Charles, when you start talking about NFL kickers that have hit from 62 or further, it's a pretty short list, isn't it?
That it is, but how about the trust by a head coach to even let your kicker try from that range? That's really showing a lot of faith that he can get the job done.
Yeah, faith and guts. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, and it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Akello Witherspoon, really good coverage from the Colorado man, getting a hand in on it.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Now a play fake. Wentz. And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, sometimes those cliches really come true, don't they, when they talk about it takes all 11 to play good defense. We've seen that in this ball game. I think the secondary has to be singled out, though. They are in the presence of every receiver whenever the ball's thrown, and this one they help force another incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Shotgun now for Wentz. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now a play fake here on first down. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Donnell Pumphrey. And that'll bring up second down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined. But sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Here's Ajayi. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They run with Ajayi. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Now a toss play. This is Pumphrey. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Solomon Thomas there on the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. And he's going to go down here. A sack. They push him back to the 34. Solomon Thomas in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. From the gun, it's Wentz. They still can't get him. He's going to run, but he's got to look. And he lost the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its 4th. And the kick by Elliott is good. And that will knot us up at 10. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And the 49ers getting set to trot out there. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
21.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Here we go.
2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. Now Garoppolo throwing on second. Forced out to his left. And avoids the contact by sliding. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
21. 6. 12. White. 11.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Here we go. 11.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Fletcher Cox busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Now, after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. They find some open field here. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Garoppolo now, first down throw. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. Garoppolo to try again on second down. Trying to lay one up deep. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And Gold is able to put it through. And they will take the lead at 13-10. Now the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Waiting. '81.
A final shot before half for Wentz. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So, all right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30.
Here we go. Waiting.
Here's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. He takes this from the 30 to the 34. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
Wentz to throw on second down. They set up the screen to Ajayi. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a third down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
The offense on third down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Now it's Ajayi. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
It's Pumphrey on the toss, and he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
This is Ajayi. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. The tackle by Eric Armstead.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be third down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The Eagles on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Working from the gun, Wentz. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
We're good.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A great play there. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, it hasn't been a whole lot of fun for Le'Veon Bell in this ball game, trying to find room to run the ball. I'm sure they're going to have to change some things up because he's so versatile. They've got to get the ball in his hands somehow and create some space because they're losing this game.
Well, defensively, you got to key in on Bell, make him the focal point to stop him, and they've been able to do that.
And he has gotten better every year he's been in the league, always adding something to his game, one of the premier runners in the NFL.
They'll go again with Bell. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Make it now 3 tackles for a loss in this game, 1 for each quarter.
And for a guy who played defense in college, I can just tell you that he's feeling very satisfied right now by what he's doing. But he's elated because he knows what he's doing is helping his team win the game right now. Making some big-time plays, getting into the offense's backfield, and spilling everything.
21, 11.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
For Tokyo.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Wentz now on 3rd and goal. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football. And especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over. Now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Like 20! 180! 6!
On 1st down, Garoppolo under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Brandon Graham in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now Garoppolo. Henry's got it out on the left side. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
13! 13! Go ahead. 65, 65.
Garoppolo now. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
And some room to work. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. Jeffrey with a catch left side. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A gain of 32 that time. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down if they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up. That'd be the time to do it.
And they'll run it here. Shifts by him. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They run again with Ajayi. And Hill running right through it. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll run it now with Pumphrey. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And Elliott puts this one through. And that'll make this a 7-point game. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. The 30, 10, and he's all the way in for the touchdown. No flags. And in the final stages of this game, they're an extra point away from tying us up. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. Critical extra point up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And out now come the Eagles. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
On the ball.
They begin the drive with Pumphrey. And he powers his way up past the 30. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. The clock still runs. We're at 90 seconds now. They'll run again with Pumphrey. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now. Don't go. 280. Sit.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's got room. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. As the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play.
shift.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Come on now, Oaks. Come on now. Let's go.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Right now, everything resting on the right foot of Jake Elliott. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. Right now, everything resting on the right foot of Jake Elliott. This a long one from 54. It looks good, and it is good. From 54 yards away, he bangs it through. And the Eagles are going to win the football game. Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this one. Everyone was excited that football was back.
And it's just special. You can just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp